Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I remain your host Agu Joseph. So in this video I'll be sharing with you how I was able to achieve this birthday flyer design in Photoshop. Please, if you are coming across this channel for the very first time, this is a graphic design channel. Do well to join the community by smashing the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to get a post notification whenever I upload new content. And for my returning subscribers, thank you guys for always watching. But without further ado, let's dive into this video. The first thing we have to do is to create a canvas on which we'll be designing on. So I'll head over and click on new file over here, and I'll have to set up my canvas as follows. So my unit of measurement is currently on pixels. 1080 by 1350 is the dimension of my canvas. Resolution can be set on 300, color mode set on RGB because this content will be used across digital platform and across social media. Okay, so afterwards you can choose to give your project name here, birthday. Okay, and if you are done, you click on the create button. So here I have the canvas on which I'll be designing on. The first thing I would like to do here is to drag in the resource files I'll be using to create this design. So guys, here are the resource files I'll be using to create the design. Do well to check the video description. You'll find the link to the exercise files in the video description. Here is an image of the subject I'll be using, and from here you can see it is a very low resolution image, and I got this image from pinterest.com. So in my next video I'll be sharing with you how I was able to upscale it like this using AI to be precise. Okay, so without further ado, let's get the design started. So the first phase has to do with creating of the background. Okay, and over here are the three images I'll be using to create my background composition to be precise. Okay, so over here I would like to first turn off these other layers over here, select my background layer and create a solid color adjustment, sampling my color over here. Here's the hex code to the color. I'll click on the OK button. Afterwards, I'll drag this down here and basically transform it out. Ctrl T, scale out. OK, scale out the size and change the blending mode so that it can blend with the fill color at the background. Okay, and I would like to use this for the next image, which is this. I would like to also scale it out. I always advise right click to convert to smart object so that it can maintain quality resolution while working with image. Okay, sorry I didn't do that for the first layer. So I'll hit Ctrl T here, holding Alt, left click and scale out from the middle like this, and we are good to go. I'll have to click on the check over here. Okay, that's for that. So afterwards I would like to change the blending. So let me see which works. Okay, this works. And I would like to also blur out some of the pixels of this image so that it will serve as my background well for the purpose I'm trying to use it for. So I would like to head over to filter, apply a Gaussian blur. No. Blur gallery, head over to field blur. Over here I would like to drag this and position it around here. Scale up the amount of blur radius around let me see which works. I think this is okay. Over here I'll click and reduce this to around this. I need this to be visible a little, while on this other end here I like to soften the amount of blur on this end like this. Okay, so I need this end to be as blurred as possible, blowing it out of focus. Click on OK afterwards. Okay, so we are done with using the blur gallery. So I'll enable this, right click, convert to smart object, Ctrl T, hold Alt, scale out. Okay, like this. Check and change the blending mode for this to, let me see which works. Okay, slow and steady, then you discover which basically works. Okay, so let me see. Okay, this works perfectly well. This works perfectly well. So the next thing I would like to do here is to apply a curve adjustment, thereby reducing the highlight of my design. So I'll take down this highlight region down this way. These ends are called your highlight, the middle parts are called your shadow, your midtones rather. These ends are called your shadows. So I need to add more depth of dark feel to this design so that my colors can pop out, so that anything I'll be placing on my foreground here should be brighter. So now my background is dark, it is expected of whatever should be in front should be as bright. Okay, so in order for me to keep my layers clean and organized, I have to hold shift, select these layers, group them by hitting Ctrl G. I can choose to rename the group and call this BG, which basically stands for my background. This is one of the quick way to keep your layer panel neat and organized. Okay, so moving on, I would like to enable this image here. Right click and convert to a smart object. Okay, by doing so, it enables you to maintain quality and also allows room for subsequent adjustment on the layer whenever you apply any filter or adjustment on that particular layer. Okay, so for this, I would like to position this around here. For this, I would like to scale it up. Okay, Ctrl Z, right click and convert to a smart object, Ctrl T to transform out, so I can make this much legible in size like this. Okay, for this, I like to adjust its position a little like this. Okay, so afterwards, I think we are good. I can group both layers, holding shift, select the two, Ctrl G, rename this to subject. Okay, that's for that. So I might still choose to play with some other things, but before then, let me enable this, hit Ctrl T. But before that, right click to convert to smart object as well. So hit Ctrl T, scale down, rotate the angle and position it wherever I want to position it like this. Make a duplicate by hitting Ctrl J, Ctrl T to transform, rotate the angle and scale and position around here like this. Okay, so after I'm done with this, I can head over to my blur filter here and apply a Gaussian blur. I think this radius is good and I'll click on OK. I would like to also make some adjustments to this by applying a solid color on this. Okay, and I would like to use an hex code of FC 2005. That's the hex code. Click on OK. Hold Alt in between these two layers. Hold Alt, left click, and clip mask this. Please take note. These flowers was gotten from pngwings.com. That's where I source out this. And afterwards, I would like to change the blend mode to a blend mode that works for me. Okay, work and see which works perfectly well and use it for the design. So I'll leave it on color. I can still choose to increase the size of the flower if be needed. Okay, can scale it out and we are good to go. Afterwards, I can delete these two, I don't need them. Okay, and the next phase has to do with adding of the information. Okay, so I might come over here and select this before adding the information, add the layer marks, select my gradient tool. The keyboard shortcut is G. So set your foreground to be on black. Come over here, left click and drag out like this. You can choose to blur out some amount of pixels like this. Okay, that's in terms of that. So I can go ahead to start placing in my text. So I'll go ahead to pick my text tool and left click and drag out like this. Okay, to have the Lore Imsim text over here. So come over to your character panel here. Please, if you don't have yours, head over to filter and click on character to be precise. So over here, I can scale down the size to around 1.8 or 1.7 works. Adjust the space between the text like this. Scale it down, slow and steady. Okay, after you're done placing in your text, head over to your property. Same way you inserted your character panel here is the same way. So you head over to Windows and add yours if yours is not here. So I'll come over here. Instead of using the left align, I'll use justify last left, okay, to justify my text, and I'm good to go. So afterwards, I click on the check, change the fill color of my text to white, come back to my character, adjust the space between the text, okay, so slow and steady. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I have to make adjustments to this a little, and if you are good to go, we are good to go. So I'll have to speed up the process from here. So after I'm done with this, all I have to do is to come over here, select these two layers and group them, Ctrl G to group them. For this clip max layer, I'll take it outside the group, hold Alt in between and click on the clip mask so that it will affect the two flowers. Okay, so after that, I can still choose to change the general look of the whole design by applying a color adjustment called color lookup. Change the color lookup to any color lookup of your choice and see which actually fits your project. If this is okay, you can go ahead to use it. If this is okay as well, you can go ahead to use it, and you just navigate and see which basically helps you with your color balancing, and if it's actually good, you can go ahead to use it on your project. So ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this video. If you do find this helpful, do well to like, comment and share with other creative around you. If you are coming across this channel for the very first time, do well to smash the subscribe button and turn on the post notification to get notification whenever we upload new content on the channel. And for our returning subscribers, thank you for always watching, guys. I really appreciate you all, and see you in the next.